What is going on, everybody? What is going on? It is your boy, Julien Stoutt, licensed personal trainer, licensed PE teacher, world record powerlifter, here to take the fear out of fitness. We're about to take off and class is in session. Well, you see the title in the thumbnail. It's just about housekeeping today. Now, what is housekeeping? Obviously, we're not going to go into a specific definition of housekeeping, but housekeeping is where you clean up here and there, you keep things tidy, and you tighten things up, right? So that's exactly what I'm going to do today. So there's no real major topic right now, but what I am going to do is go through some videos that I have saved and look through the comments and share my thoughts with you on what these thoughts themselves are in fact. So, without delay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the spot. Let's go. There we go. Let's go back. Okay, something went wrong. Let's refresh. Saved. All right, so here we go. So let's start with this video right here.
The fuck you are.
So what you got here is lady jumping up on a 2-foot platform and she didn't stick the landing. So that smack at the bottom, I still have serious box trauma. And for all who are wondering, I was actually fine other than some road rash. My face didn't hit the floor. Still have wrist knees intact. And I can actually do a box jump. So I want to make sure. So in all fairness to her, I'm assuming this is Amy Lee Patterson who is speaking, who's the lady who fell in this video. And I can actually do a box jump. I believe her. I believe her because, first of all, if you couldn't make the box jump, she wouldn't even made it that far. She would have ate it at knee level if she couldn't jump. Or maybe even at ankle level, she would have ate it. But she landed it. She just landed a little awkwardly. And then she just didn't stick the landing, right? But the only thing I am just not in a major fan of is people just doing CrossFit just for the sake of doing CrossFit. I want people to build themselves up personally as a personal trainer, because safety is always paramount for me. So because safety is always paramount for me, I want to make sure we are all safe before I start embarking on different things. And does that mean safe to the point where, you know, you got little fluffy little pillows all around and everything? No, that's not the case. I just want to make sure that I know that you're capable. My clients will tell you that there's days where they may not feel like they're up to it, or they may not feel like they are capable of doing something. But because I'm a professional and because I'm making micro assessments as we go, I can tell whether or not you have it in you to get this work done. And as a result, I can challenge you to get what you think is impossible possible, even though I already knew it was possible, right? So at least the box is soft. We have wooden boxes on our box. Yeah, that would be, ooh, yeah, that would be painful. Yeah, that would be painful. If you ain't failing, you ain't trying. Get up, you badass lady. Yes, I agree. See, now that's what I'm talking about. This is the type of things that I like to see in social media. Instead of legitimately, I mean, we could laugh at the fact that she ate it, right? You know, I've been doing these fail videos here and there in my social medias, and I can, you know, make this one of them, but at the same time, it will be all in good fun as opposed to legitimately trying to demoralize this woman, Miss Amy Lee Patterson. I'm not trying to demoralize her. I would not try to demoralize. We would just laugh at this and keep it moving. And, you know, it is a little funny, but like I said, for the simple fact that she's not hurt, we can laugh. If she legitimately got hurt, I wouldn't make fun of her. I wouldn't even be laughing. I wouldn't even say anything about it because that's painful. Some days you crush it, some days it crushes you, but at least you're in there. How many people don't even try? Amen. Amen to that. I can't hear, oh no, Amy, from the viewer who said it so softly while trying not to laugh. Yeah, like I said, only reason why you get to laugh is because you know her, you know she's capable, and she's not hurt. That's when you get to laugh. That's when anybody gets to laugh, right? Let's see. Looks like the workout crushed you. It's Jason Bateman that kills this for me. Yes. Yes, I'm dead. We've all had those moments. Yes, we all have had those moments. I've had them. Okay? This is not failure. I hope she got up, laughed her ass off, and then did it again. Yes. Failure is when you run from it. This is a lack of success, not failure. There's a difference. And now, yes, I am playing semantics, but at the same time, it's different. A lack of success means it's a momentary failure. Failure is when you are just done. You're never going to make it. All right. I love that she posted this. Shows amazing self-confidence, 100%. At least the gym was empty around her. My luck wouldn't be so good. Yeah, sometimes you will eat it in front of other people. True story. I was in the works of training somebody who was interested in getting in shape for American Ninja Warrior, right? And me personally, I'm not egotistical to think that because I am in performative shape that I am just as good as those guys. Because let me tell you, not even close. All right? You have to be in a different kind of shape to do American Ninja Warrior, all right? And I know several people. I know about a couple people who has actually been successful on American Ninja Warrior, right? But this guy built a whole course in his backyard. Awesome stuff. And I went to his house to see how I was going to go about giving him tips to improve his strength, improve his muscular endurance in order to go through the course. And just for shits and giggles, I decided to try a couple of things on the course. And we got to the part where you're on basically monkey bars, but the spacing in between them is about at least 4.5 to 5 feet. And I started to swing, and instead of when I released, I was completely parallel with the ground instead of perpendicular with the ground. I didn't swing all the way out like this. I swung like with my legs up, and I thought I was gonna kip out of it to like get to the other bar, and nope, your boy just ate it. Almost broke his neck, as a matter of fact. Luckily for me, I did it. I did have to wear a neck brace for a few days because, yeah, that was painful. But within that, I was fine. And for those, like I said, it gives you a whole new appreciation for being in that kind of shape to be able to perform those moves. So I've been humbled a few times when it comes to performative activities. So again, we laugh about it, and I did laugh about it, even though I was hurting like a mug. It was, yeah. Oh, you had it. Hope you're okay, but I'm sorry. I laughed hard. Yes, again, totally, right? So let's go. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Oh yeah, this is one of my videos, so yeah. Yeah, it's a little on the painful side. Here we go. Back on the street. Did my time, took my chances. When the yeah, so yeah, that's painful. But anyway, let's go back to these posts real quick. So, I want y'all to see this one because this is...
Hey, you gotta go home, bro.
And I 100% agree with Sir right here. You gotta go home. My boy got crossed up, ankle broke, and lost his shoe. So, your man... so check this out, right? Y'all remember Delirious? For those of y'all who are old enough to remember Eddie Murphy's Delirious, we're going through the part where Eddie Murphy's Aunt Bunny is falling down the steps, and he's like, oh, lordy, 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 oh, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. My shoe! Oh, Lord, oh, Jesus, oh, Lord, I'm halfway down the steps, Lord. Right? So, all I thought was that when I saw my man lose his shoe like that. He was just literally like, the shoe! And it's like, just, and he's out of the frame. Look, my man is gone. Out the frame, shoes left. He looked like one of them videos where somebody turns around and gets vaporized. And the only thing that's left is the shoe. And so my man said, Kiapo said, the dude that did this video, my man said, you're done. You're done. Right? I turned around and said, get the duff and slides, my boy. Go home. Get the duff in the slides. And then the hero I said, Lillian, the boy is getting crossed again. Right? My man said Ninja's shoe was still tied and everything. So, You know how bad you got to get crossed up to not only get crossed out your shoes, but your shoes are still tied? You got crossed. There's no, you got double X Saber. You got Vin Diesel and Ice Cube triple X. You got triple cross, dog. Oh Lord Jesus. Don't go home. Go to a hotel and rest first, because he may have a family at home, and how can you face them after this? All right. Shout out to my homie Omar Bacon. Omar used to tell me stories about how in the film room, watching somebody get trucked, you had to go home and explain that to your family, why you got trucked. You got ran over. You didn't get hit. You know, when you look at Bo Jackson on I can't remember his name for the Seattle Seahawks, my man got trucked into the end zone, right? And you just gotta explain that to your family. You gotta explain that to your family. How do you get crossed up like this? I don't care if it's brothers and sisters and cousins, mom and dad, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend. I don't care. You can't explain that. You can't. Run away, Simba, and never return. Straight home and find another gym. Yeah, I can't come back to that gym. And as a matter of fact, if I see anybody from that gym at the new gym I'm at, I'm changing locations again. I'm not coming. It's a wrap. He could never go back to that gym after he lost his shoe. Sent bro to the metaverse. Yes, you can't. I can't come. No, I'm not coming back there. I'm not coming back there ever again. Don't ask. Hey, when am I going to see you again? Never. An inspirational a-hole says, I'm going to go ahead and ask my boss to clock out, because as a member of the African-American race, I feel like I was just harmed as well. Yeah, and on top of that, he playing with a whole bunch of white dudes. And Buddy just swept him off his feet like he about to get married. Go home and leave the shoe behind. It ain't his anymore. Yes, it ain't yours no more. This is my... I am the captain now. I am the owner of this shoe. You must earn it. And quit basketball. His shoe came off. It's a show, but his shoe came off like he was in a car accident. Tragedy, my boy. So, true story. Back when I was in the military, I used to hoop a lot. And one time I was playing, and I was trying to do my thing, and I was trying to shimmy this dude, and he stripped me clean 2 straight times, back to back. And I was highly offended. And then the worst part was, what made me even more mad is some other dude was like, yo, let me bring the ball up. And I was like, nah, give me the ball. So I did the whole, give me the ball. So I got the ball, and I put the best move I got on him. And when I put the move on him, I know I lost him. I danced on him and I lost him, right? And then I went in for the layup and I made it. And I noticed that it was obscenely easy. And I laid to the left too. That was made it even better. And I know for a fact that I felt that was a little too easy. Like that layup was a little too easy. No contest, no nothing. And then I noticed the gym was almost empty. It was a full thing. We were running side full court instead of, full length full court, but we were running side full court. And I noticed the gym was empty. And dudes came and chicks flooding back in, laughing their behinds off, talking about, yo, I gotta shake your hand. I ain't never seen a dude fall like that. And I was like, what are you talking about? It was like, dog, you didn't see what you did to him. And true story, I was like, I didn't see it. What happened? And they said to me, when you put the back move, because I turned around, I spin the block on him, snatched it from behind, and then when I snatched behind, I snatched it back to the left and lost him. They said when you went this way, he went this way. And then when you snatched it back this way and then snatched it back the other way, his knees went the other way. So basically, he was turning his whole body in two different directions. And I ain't never seen a dude fall like that. Not even in N1 mixtapes. And at that time, N1 mixtapes was like the big thing. And at that time, they said I never seen a dude fall like that. And yeah, I had a little bit of a big head on that one. But I knew I wasn't like the greatest basketball player ever. So, but it was nice to know that I lost him because dude stripped me twice. Clean twice. Not even like, oh, he kind of tripped up, I lost my handle, and then he just ran with the ball. No, he, give me that. Give me that. Cookies, right? So that made me mad. Right? So. Dad jokes. So let's look at this one real quick.
Called the power pole. We're using it to build the booty. We do kneeling hip thrusts. Everyone loves it.
Oh, this is weird. Oh, no, don't stare at me like that. Don't stare at me like that. Oh, why are you staring at him? Oh, this is creepy. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, no. No, stop staring at me. Ah, this is weird.
The latest.
All right, so we gonna go. Oh, my God, that's so weird. Oh my God, that's weird. What in the name of thrust exercise is this? Never skip peg day. Ooh, no. We ain't doing that. Well played, my friend. We knew this was coming. Our nurse just walked in and gave me dinner while this music was playing. Now she thinks my taste in music is shite. How many takes to keep a straight face, bro? I'm calling at least 27. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You know, see at the end he was still smirking. You could tell he was smirking at the end there because yeah, you can't hold a straight face. If you could do that in one take, you're a psychopath. I ain't gonna lie to you. You see right here, right? Look at this. Oh my God, look at his face. No, don't look at his face. Yeah, I can't. You can't do that in one take. Can we all just agree certain men should never, ever, ever do this exercise? No, we should not. The other day, the other guy's just so focused and serious. Yeah, no. Oh my God. Yeah, see, wait, look. He's trying. Yeah, he winked. Oh my God, he winked at me. Oh, that's even worse. Nice one. It is better to superset or drop set the pegging. Oh, this eye contact makes me feel uncomfortable. Yes, I agree. Let's see what the replies are. Let's see. Laugh. It's too intense with the thrusting. Yeah. Oh God. Oh no. My mind went to so many places. Okay, no, mine did not. Yeah, you can. Caribbean kisses. Yeah, you could definitely let your mind go to so many places with that. The damn flute. Yes, definitely. I hope you wipe down the equipment afterwards. Oh God, no. Excellent facial expressions. I was surprised. I was mystified. I was in disbelief. I cried. I laughed. I was informed, and I was educated all within seconds. Holly Stewart. Yeah, God bless you, Miss Stewart. Yeah, you could definitely have that. What in the hell? Could you imagine walking into your local gym to witness this maneuver? It's not weird if the whole squad is doing it. Let's get the hell off of this. Oh my God, no. No. Let's see.
For reps like me as a natural, you should probably quit the gym and go and play badminton.
Well, I can't do that. But since you want to make people feel inferior by a lift, I challenge you to do this. Okay, Pumpkin?
Nod your fucking head.
Yeah, no. So first of all, let's start with the fact that the first guy is shoulder pressing 225, right? At 225, the guy clearly. Let's start with the obvious. If this guy weighs 225 and he's shoulder pressing 225, it's still impressive, but not as impressive as this. A 116-pound pistol squat. That's impressive. Okay? I definitely would agree with that. Let's see what this is about.
I'm a personal trainer from Los Angeles, and I borrow my girl's car every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And $40. I'm a personal trainer from Los Angeles, and I just came home from prison. If this shit don't work out, it's back to the block, cuz. I'm a personal trainer from Los Angeles, but I'm really a Herbalife health coach. You want to lose weight? Ask me how. I'm a personal trainer from Los Angeles, and I sleep with my clients just so I don't have to sleep in my car.
Nope.
I'm a personal trainer from Los Angeles, and hey, I'm a little short on this month's rent. You think that I could get an advance on next month's training services?
So, I don't know any personal trainers in LA, but I do know that personal trainers do have this going on with them sometimes. Not all the time, but there are some personal trainers that live this kind of lifestyle. Everybody in LA knows one of these trainers. See, in LA apparently it is a thing, but I know for a fact that I know at least a trainer that's like that. Not right this moment, but I've worked with them or I've come across them. These LA trainers are a mess. Is it like this everywhere or just Los Angeles? Everywhere. Personal trainer from Los Angeles. If the gym manager starts walking our way, run. Because he has told me 20 times don't train people in his gym, but I got nowhere else to go. So meaning what he's saying is that meaning that he doesn't belong to the gym, but he's bringing his clients to this gym to train people when he knows he don't belong there to be training people. That's another thing that's common in gyms right now, and you know we're trained to spot them. As a trainer, you're trained to spot them because you know what a trainer looks like, how they move, how they position themselves, all of that, right? And if you're a good trainer, you'll have a spot at least to train somebody. But if you don't, you gotta be just good enough to not look like you're training somebody in a gym that you don't belong in, training people. You are not making concessions to the gym. So if you're a independent contractor to a gym, you have to pay fees to that gym in order to, operate there. And that way you're covered under the insurance and stuff like that to a certain extent. And also you should have your own insurance. However, on the flip side, people who are trying to get their feet in the door, some people will, try to sneak in and start training their friends in the local gym that they train at or that they work out in, and make it look like they're just bringing the homie in when they're really what they're doing is that they're training. It's just something that happens. So, what the hell are you gonna buy with $40? Asking for my personal trainer. Food, supplements. Why your voice get deeper in the bed? Why wouldn't it? I'm from Texas and a trainer, and this ain't just LA. This is worldwide. Like I said, I know some people that are like this. That Herbalife folded me. Oh yeah. We ain't even gonna talk about that. I'm a personal trainer from Texas, and I feel attacked. Those Ultimas. Being a personal trainer and getting an advance on next month training is wild. Oh, no. Don't get it twisted. If your business model is trash and or your business acumen is trash, this is exactly what I've known trainers to do. And for those of them who will actually watch this and they know that they're the ones who was doing type stuff like this, just know, yes, this is what they do. Or it's not even about short on rent. It's they're short on their quota for the month. So like if you work at a corporate gym, full disclosure, if you're working at a corporate gym and let's say you're projected to sell $4,000 in training or $5,000 or $10,000 in training, and you're falling short by like say $1,500 or even $3,000, and you got high value clients. Some of us trainers, not me, but some of us trainers used to ask their clients for an advance on sessions. So for instance, they'll have asked their client for an advance on 30 new sessions, even though they haven't even finished the 30 that they're on right now. So let's say they purchased 30 sessions, they're on session 15, but they're short by $1,500, they're short by $3,000. So what they'll do is they'll ask one high value client to front them for 30 more sessions. Then on top of that, they'll ask another one to front them for 30 more sessions. And then that's how they make up the $3,000 that they're short for this month for their quota based on the projections that was given to them. But then next month, what are you going to do? You either ask for another advance or you hustle up and try to get in that $10,000 or $4,000 or whatever it is that you're short. So there's that. But I went on a little bit of a tangent. But anyway, you're about to piss some trainers TF off. That's not true. Well, you're about to piss those trainers off, but you ain't pissing me off because we know that that's how it is. Let's see what some of the replies are. Laugh. Wild as hell. Yeah, we don't care. I'm a personal trainer from Los Angeles, but I haven't worked out in 4 years, but tell you to do stuff I've never done before. Woo! Yeah, I want you to jump on this box with these 20-pound weights in your hands. Come on, let's go. Make it happen. Yeah, I want you to jump 2 feet in the air with these 20-pound weights. Don't swing your arms. What are you doing? Don't swing your arms. Keep your arms down. Now jump. You want to be like Mike, right? Michael Jordan could do this. Oh, yeah, I trained Michael Jordan many a times. No, you didn't. I definitely haven't. Would love to. It'd be awesome. It would be a great honor of mine if I could. I blame the cost of living in Los Angeles. And yes, I know some messy people that have slept with their clients. As a matter of fact, true story. Shout out to Mike Preble if he happens to watch this at any point in time. Mike Preble used to be my manager at 24 Hour Fitness many moons ago. And he's a solid dude. Awesome, solid dude. But when he was interviewing me for the job, he was laying out, don't sleep with your clients. And I had to look him right in the eye. Mike, if you want to comment, post a comment, by all means do so. I went like this. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm married. I don't do that. Don't need to do that. Don't want to do that. It's a mess. First of all, let me tell you something about that. For all y'all up-and-coming personal trainers, if you happen to be single, let's start with the single ones, right? If you happen to be single and you meeting, clients and you turn them from not to hot, whatever hot looks like for them, some of your clients, and then that's male, female, trans, gay, straight, don't matter, right? You're going to have clients that are going to be very appreciative of the body transformation you have helped them achieve. And if you are already an attractive person as a trainer, what's going to happen is that you're going to get offers, okay? And when you get those offers, do not sleep with those clients. Here's the deal. If you really, and I'm talking to single ones, if you really feel the need that you really want to pursue that, make sure he or them are not your clients anymore. Make sure they're not. Hand them off to somebody else. If you really feel that strongly about your feelings about that person and them about you, you will give them away. You will make a trade. Let's say that, right? Hey, I'll trade you one of your primary clients to one of my primary clients because I'm now about to be in a relationship with them, and I'm really feel that strong. But if you just simply want to clap cheeks, let me tell you, don't do it. It's not worth it because you don't crap where you eat, number one, because you remember you got to make money there. And if you're turning around and you're sleeping with clients, especially if you're single and ready to mingle and you're tapping various patrons at the gym, you're gonna make a mess. And because you're gonna make that mess, you don't want those problems. All right? You don't want to create drama at your job where you got to be ducking one woman and trying to sneak with another one while the other one is looking for you because she hasn't seen you or he hasn't seen you in the last 3 months because, you know, the escapade y'all went on was trash. Or the escapade y'all went on was great, but you wasn't feeling them that much. All of that can happen. So there's that. To my married trainers, don't. Just don't. Don't even look at it. Don't even try. Because you are going to be in a world of hurt. It never ends well. Never ends well. Okay? It doesn't end well in the sense that your marriage is going to be over. And it doesn't end well because you're now in a relationship with somebody you were in an adulterous relationship with. So therefore, you move wrong, that other person is not going to trust you. And if they move wrong, you ain't going to trust them because now the pattern is there. You recognize the pattern and now you don't trust them. And now you're going to have trust issues with that person because this is how you were moving when I was messing with you when we were creeping. So instead of worrying about messing with anybody, just leave it alone. And if your relationship was already in trouble, end your relationship first, then pursue said individual, and again, then do what single trainers will do that I've just advised single trainers to do instead. All right? Just because of this here, if you're a personal trainer, I'm not interested. Laugh, 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 right? You might be missing out because not every personal trainer is like that. We have very honorable people in our profession who are straight shooters, honest brokers, and lays things out for you to experience what you're supposed to be experiencing as opposed to these psychological games and emotional and treating you like an emotional playground. All right? When you're about to start your leg workout but notice an empty bench press. No, we don't do that. Nope. That means you did. Let me tell you what that means. That means you weren't focused to come in to begin with. You didn't have a plan to begin with. Me, or as a trainer myself, I have a routine that I go through. And if I may not have a routine at the moment, like I woke up this morning, I don't have a routine for myself. However, there is a routine. And if I said I'm working legs today, it's legs. It ain't going to be chest because chances are I already did chest. And legs is the only thing left. So I can't get all happy because I see the empty bench press. We ain't hitting chest again today. It's all legs. And whatever leg exercises I planned on doing today is the leg exercises I'm going to do whether I wanted to or not. All right, so let's see. Nah, only boys skip leg day. Correct. It's always free on leg day, man. Yup. If God didn't want me to bench press, he wouldn't have freed it up for me. Run from your wicked ways and follow the path, young Padawan. Nowadays, benches are always free. LOL kids, don't do hard stuff anymore. From what I've seen, I've never been to a gym in the last 2 years and not been able to get a bench. You see an empty bench and you walk towards it, not realizing there's another 3 guys walking in the same direction. Yeah, that's true. because everybody wants to make their chest bigger. Machines almost never free. Bench press and chest fly machines. Yeah. Hate it. Especially when I'm on chest day. When you're about to start your chest workout but notice an empty squat rack. Now that is a tough one. You gotta be almost sadistic to want to do that. And I squat and I deadlift. And even I can't do that. God's calling can't be ignored. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good one. Swallowed the bench, make sure you're swallowed up. Oh, he ain't gonna, Pastor T.D. Jakes ain't gonna live that one down, Lord Jesus. Describes my sessions. My sessions are like jazz, total improv and unpredictable. Nah, there's improv, but there's a song we're gonna play. All right? There's a series of songs we're gonna play. I stopped benching and started doing dips only. I tried benching again after 3 months and did a solid single with 100 kilograms. Well, what were you doing before? You didn't tell us anything. So what? You could bench press 225 for 1 rep after doing dips. What were you doing before? We don't know. Was you doing 185? Was you doing 155? Because it makes a difference as to whether or not that's a significant jump. So like, let's say for instance, you were only bench pressing 135. And then all of a sudden you started doing dips. And now after 3 months, you could do a solid one rep of 225. How many reps of 135 were you doing before? 20? If you were doing that, then you could have benched 225 to begin with. We don't care. My lifetime PR is 105 kilograms for a double. Bro, this ish is too accurate for y'all. Because it ain't accurate for me. Like I said, if I'm hitting up chest, then I'm hitting up chest. If I'm hitting up legs, I'm hitting up legs. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If I'm not sure, I don't choose. I make one of the patrons choose. And I'll say back or legs, arms or legs, chest or legs, shoulders or legs. One of those two. Pick one. And that's what I would do there. Every time, bro. All right.
Is the organ of longevity. If you lose muscle as you age, you are going to be in a bad situation. I mean, we need muscle to get out of a chair.
Yeah.
You need muscle to perform daily life functions. The other thing people don't realize about muscle is in muscle are insulin receptors. So if you lose muscle, you don't have as many insulin receptors, which means you're now putting yourself in a more insulin resistant state, which means you have to stay on the medication forever to be able to stay at the weight you want because you don't have the same insulin sensitivity. So again, it's like the calorie in, calorie out. Short-term result, long-term consequence.
Okay. Go to my videos. Find the one where I'm talking about diabetes. And what you're going to hear is, in fact, what she just said. I already said it. I've said it for years now. I've been saying this since 2011. Diabetes is a storage issue, not a sugar issue. So for instance, to give you an example, you have a 1 liter bottle of soda. What can that soda bottle hold? 1 liter, right? We already know the soda is all sugar. Well, majority sugar, right? Fine. However, the 1 liter bottle can hold the sugar. It's not going to have any problems. It's not going to have any issues. But the minute you pour 1 extra ounce of soda into that bottle, it's going to spill over. Sure, it might be a small mess that you can clean up relatively quickly, but it's still spilled. right? Now, what if you pour 3 liters into that 1 liter bottle? Now you got a 2 liter mess on the floor, right? And it's spilling everywhere. How are you going to clean that up effectively? Because even when you clean it up and it doesn't look as horrendous as it once looked, the table is sticky. The floor is sticky. It's a mess. Your shoes are sticky. So now what you either have to do is walk it off, or you're going to have to clean even more. You're going to have to keep cleaning until it is completely free, right? And by doing that, what you're going to have a problem with is that those are the latent consequences for overindulging in sugar. Okay? So what she's telling you is muscle is the bottle. Insulin, the insulin receptors is what allows you to pour the soda into the bottle. If you do not have enough receptors, you're not going to know that you need to, stop pouring the bottle. And the less receptors you have, the more likely it is you're going to make a mess. And the more likely it is you're going to make a mess, the more likely you're going to stain your carpet. The more likely you're going to stain your table or your countertop. The more likely you're going to mess up your shoes. And the more likely is you're going to be sticking to the floor. And guess what? If it keeps getting sticky and you never clean it up, you're going to eventually get stuck. And that is how diabetes works. So let's see if some of these, she's giving exercises. Okay, or they're giving exercises. I disagree. Look at the blue zone where people live longest in the world. Okinawa. Those people are not muscular. See, Prasad, PP, Triple P, 777, you're an idiot. And I'm going to tell you why you're an idiot. It is not that because they live the longest, we're not talking about them being muscular. What they're doing is that they are maintaining their muscularity at wherever it is, but they're also eating within the confines of their muscularity, which is why they live so long. So if you want to continue, so what she's telling you is, if you want to live a long time and you want to eat, the best way you can do that is to increase your muscle mass, because you cannot keep and maintain muscle mass if you're not eating anyway. So even if you are from Okinawa and you're eating, your maintenance of your muscle mass can only happen if you're eating substantially enough to maintain your muscle mass as where it is. So which means you are eating within the confines of your capability to digest the sugar and foods that you're ingesting at that time, which also means you're not storing excess body fat, which means, and I said excess, not you're not storing body fat, but you're not storing excess body fat. Therefore, you're going to live a long time. There's a reason why Arnold Schwarzenegger is as old as he is, because he may not be as muscular as he once was, but he's still fairly muscular, especially for a 75-plus-year-old man. On top of all of that, he eats within the confines of his muscularity. So therefore, he's not going to be a diabetic. Does this make sense? So this is why he'll live a long time if he maintains that. So you got that very wrong. Let's see what the replies are. I want to see. There's a huge difference between being a bodybuilder and having adequate muscle to perform basic daily activities. Congratulations. Tai Chi yoga, I don't think those people are doing this regularly after age of 50 and 60. Eating healthily will not build muscle. Here, discussion is, does muscle mass contribute to longer life? It does. If you maintain it and use it. Because if you don't maintain it and use it, you will waste away and you'll die. So if you could turn around and be Jay Cutler right now. Jay Cutler, first of all, I met Jay Cutler and he's not in his prime shape and he's huge. Muscle-wise, he's huge, still jacked, right? Is he walking around at 315 pounds of muscle? God, no. When I met him, he was about 260, 270. All right? About 5'10", like I said, 260, 270. He's a big dude. All right. However, if Jay Cutler just stopped working out with a level of intensity, he may not be working out with the same intensity as he was when he was winning those 4 Mr. Olympias, but what he is still doing is he still works out with a level of intensity, right? And if he's working out with that level of intensity, he's maintaining his muscle mass at a size that he deems that is maintainable. And as he gets older, he might lose even more muscle mass. But is he still fit for his age? Does he still have a large amount of muscle mass? Which means he's capable of getting off the toilet, standing up out of a chair, pushing himself out of a chair, and maybe moving some things around the house here and there, right? His longevity will be there. My wife's grandfather, God rest his soul, lived to be 92, 90, I think 96 years old. And he was a larger man when I met him. He wasn't no small guy. And he was actively doing stuff around the house until he couldn't anymore. And then when he couldn't, he began to waste away. And then he eventually passed. It's the same for everybody. Some of us get a disease that causes us not to be able to perform, and then we pass away. But make no mistake about it, that muscularity is going to make a huge difference on whether or not you're going to see 80, 90, 100. Lean muscle mass will save your life, 100%. Why many bodybuilders are dying so young? That's a different scenario. Those bodybuilders are taking all kinds of cocktails of drugs that aren't meant to be had. We're not talking about bodybuilding. We're talking about building muscle. Two different things. Building your body is different from bodybuilding. I built my body. I went from 128 pounds in the military starting to 150 pounds in the military at one point. Then I narrowed down to 135, still performative, but then I built myself back up to 150 pounds. Then I built myself again to 180 pounds. But I was becoming unhealthy because I was ingesting so many more calories that I was becoming insulin resistant. I'm not a diabetic, but I was starting to become insulin resistant because my body fat percentage was starting to exceed normal limits at that age. Okay? So a bodybuilder, professional ones, wink, wink. And when I say professional, I'm talking, there's natural professional, but then there's pro. Those guys aren't natural. Ain't not one of them natural. They're on something, right? And if they're on something, chances are bad things are going to happen to them, especially if they become hyper aggressive with their cocktails. If they don't cycle off of them properly, or if they try to extend the time frame that they spend on it, then that's what's going to happen. So let's see if somebody was smart enough to reply with what I just said. Steroids, 1. Left ventricular hypertrophy from performance-enhancing drugs, 2. Thank you. Apples and oranges, thank you, OTSS. Train in the gym Monday through Friday, doing pull-ups unassisted and pressing the 50-pound dumbbells. I agree, exactly. My mom is 98, her sister's 100, very skinny, and they still cook and clean. That's the point, genius. They still cook and clean. They're still very active, right? That doesn't mean, and also skinny doesn't matter. Again, are they maintaining the muscle mass that they have? And are they not over ingesting food based on the muscle mass that they're in possession of and that they seem to have always been in possession of? So it's not about building muscle. But again, she said This person said they cooking clean, which is exercise. Carrying heavy pots from one area to another, scrubbing down walls, standing on something and keeping your balance and scrubbing down walls, or using a Swiffer and moving it up and down. That's musculature in your back. You're using them. You get up and down off the toilet all the time. You got to get down and get underneath that sofa and get up again. That's exercise. You're still maintaining muscle. So stop trying to prove this lady wrong, because Dr. Pels is actually 100% correct. Number one, she's a doctor. And oh, by the way, not every doctor's right. All right. So even if Dr. Pels is a doctor, if she was espousing nonsense, I'm going to look you in the face and tell you that she's espousing nonsense. But she 100% is telling the God's honest truth. Muscles are batteries for the body. Brilliant way to say that. Smart woman, great advice. Smart people. Seems like men would have lived longer because of this, and we all know that's not true. That's not. Testosterone also kills men faster, because when our testosterone lowers, what else do you think lowers? Our muscle mass. And if our muscle mass lowers, what else do you think is happening? Insulin resistance increases, which means body fat percentages increase. Body fat percentage increases. Guess what? Hearts start to fail. We are more susceptible to cancer at that point. But the whole point is that men don't live longer than most women on average, because we are transitioning from testosterone to not estrogen literally, but we're transitioning from testosterone to lower testosterone, whereas women are going from estrogen to lower estrogen, which means that testosterone starts to enhance them in certain ways a little bit. Not totally, but a little bit. Which is part of the reason why when women are close to menopause, y'all become extremely horny. And why? Because your testosterone levels are being increased and being sensed. When I say increase, it's not literally being raised. What's happening is that your estrogen levels are being lowered, which means your sensitivity to testosterone is increasing. Therefore, your sexual aggression then comes out more. Feel free to, check me on all of this. I'll make some corrections if I have to, but I already know I don't need to. So let's see how this works. Let's see if somebody else was smart enough to explain this. Love to see you picking your own brain. All humans have distinct musculoskeletal features that are unique to their own bodies. That's what makes all this information even cooler. That's what we do with what we have. That's what makes us great. This is Chapeline is talking about. I completely agree with this woman. Good advice. Let's see if there was a response. She knows what she's talking about for sure, and so do you. I am now in that bad situation you're talking about. A senior and have lost so much muscle mass from all over my body. It has become serious. What do I do? Train like your life depends on it. Smartly, not stupidly, because you're just only going to injure yourself and then make it worse, which means you're going to put another foot in the grave instead of keeping one foot out. You're going to put both feet in if you train stupid, but you need to train like your life depends on it. DM me. I will give you a place to start. Good advice. It's a harsh fact, but perfect advice. Agree. Lately, I was weak. Now I went back to riding the bike and slowly went back to working out, and with 10-pound dumbbells. Now want more. Gotten stronger. I'm 63. This is awesome news, David. Small habits compound over time. Let us know how we can support you with any tips or advice. Same here. You be throwing it down in the kitchen, Dave. Yes, to strength training. Yes, all the way around. How come we have yogis and saints who are 100 and 130, 150 pounds of age without any muscle workout, and they survive with very less food as well? You answered your own question. I was weighing 130 pounds and was still bench pressing 225. That's a fact. I'm not even I have many of people at 24 Hour Fitness that can vouch for me on that. Okay. But a yogi is somebody who is training not only the flexibility component of their physicality, but they're training their strength within their flexibility. So they're very strong. Yogis and people like that are very strong. Lou Ferrigno said Michael Jackson was very strong for his size. Michael Jackson was probably 5'9" and probably weighed 135, 140 pounds at 5'9". Michael Jackson was a wiry kind of man, all right? But according to Lou Ferrigno, who used to train Michael Jackson, he said Michael Jackson was very strong. Stronger than you would like to believe. And as you know, Michael Jackson was also flexible, okay? So here's the answer to that. If you're 130 pounds and you can only eat a certain amount of kilograms in carbs and a certain amount of kilograms in protein, or grams in protein and grams in carbs, what do you think is going to happen? You can only eat but so much. So of course you're not going to wither away and die because you eat, but at the same time you're not going to get super swollen jack, but you do work out. Is this not making sense to y'all? Put a one in the comments, or write a comment if you do not understand this concept that I'm trying to explain to y'all right now. There are enough evidence for that. This lady is not right. Yes, she is. She did not say you gotta look like Arnold Schwarzenegger to live. She's saying the less muscle you have, the less insulin receptors you have. So let's even play this role a little bit better. I have 5 fingers up. This is the size of my hand. My hands aren't very big. And this is the size of my hands. There are 5 insulin receptors on it. As long as those 5 insulin receptors are there, they're going to work. If I overstimulate them, they may ignore extra sugar, but those 5 work. But if I start to shrink, there's only 4. And if the same 5 units of sugar are coming in, what's happening? I'm missing one, right? It's missing. It's spilling over. Now I lose more muscle. Now I'm missing 2. It's not about the size. It's about how many receptors reside within that size. So even if it's the same hand, but there's 10 receptors, I weigh 145 pounds and I have 10 receptors, it's still going to work the same, even though somebody with a bigger hand only has 5 receptors, it's still only 5 receptors. So therefore, and when I shrink with my 10 receptors, I lost 1. I still have 9. You have 5. I'm still in a better place to avoid diabetes than you. I shrink even more. Now I'm 128 pounds. Notice I have 8. Now I'm 128. I'm 125 pounds. 120 pounds. 115 pounds. Now me and you are on equal footing. At 115 pounds, I lost half of my insulin receptors, hypothetically speaking, while you maintain the same 5 at 180. So now, the more I shrink from now, at 115, death is imminent. Same thing, the same rate of death for me is the same rate of death for you at 180 if I continue to shrink, just like you continue to shrink. And we're talking about muscle mass, not body fat. If you continue to lose muscle mass, you're going to die at the same rate as me. However, if I started at 130 and you started at 180 and I have 10 receptors in my muscles and you have 5, you're going to die faster if you shrink. Even if your shrinking doesn't even get you down to 130. You could shrink down to 150 and be on death's door. because you lost so many more of your insulin receptors, which means you're spilling over into your bloodstream, which means you're converting most of it to fat, which means you're putting your heart and your kidneys at risk, and you're also putting your liver at risk because now your liver's turning everything into fat and then becomes a fatty tissue. So now all of a sudden you're going to look at that and possibly die. Or you're feeding cancerous cells throughout your body and therefore you're going to die from that. Does this all start to make sense now? Okay. I'm going off on a tangent. There are many other factors for longevity. True. But I just explained some of them. Even our grandmas and grandpas didn't go to the gym of any kind of muscle developments. And they lived till 100 and 103. They also churned butter, moron, but with their hands. They also carried bales of hay. They also tended to animals. They also had to wrestle those animals when they slaughtered them. They also had to hammer shoes on horses. They also had to pry off the shoes off of horses. They also had to clean the hoof of a horse. Do you know how strong you got to be able to do all of that? You're freakishly strong. Doesn't mean you got to be swole. She's not telling you to get swole. What she's telling you is to build and or maintain muscle throughout your life, or else you're going to suffer the consequences. Okay, that's what the message is. So stop trying to disprove her, especially you're arguing with a woman with a doctor's degree in this stuff. You're not even educated. Paolo official PJ. Let's see what you about real quick. You're private, but you're not doing much of anything. Okay? So, I'm going to land this plane. So, guys, if you made it this long, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your patience and your patronage. Go ahead and click the subscribe button for me and click the all notifications bell so that way you get every bit of information I put out. If you made it this far, go ahead and put a like click the like button. And from now, I will see you guys on Saturday. Same bat time. Well, regular bat time. I had some meetings that I had to attend to this afternoon, so I couldn't make it for 5:30 today. But I will hit 5:30 on Friday or Saturday. Haven't decided yet. But you'll know. All right? Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Have a nice day. Be the best you. Class is Stoutt.